it's Dani, and welcome back. It's been a minute. So I actually went on a cross-country trip for over a month, so I knew I was gonna be gone for a while, but even when I got to my destination, it took me a little while to actually create a video. And last week, I filmed an entire video. Just based off the content I've been making, I had the thought, what video should I make next? And I was like, oh, perfect, setting boundaries. As I was filming the video, I found myself struggling to figure out what to say, which isn't like me at all. I can talk for freaking ever. Then I had the realization that I wasn't ready to make that video. Of course, I've had moments in my life where I've set boundaries. Since going through my spiritual awakening, I have definitely been better at communicating my needs. But in the moments where I'm really challenged, in the moments where it matters most, I fold. And who am I to create a video on setting boundaries when that's still a lesson that I'm learning? It would be, from my perception, inauthentic. I'm not prepared to give a lesson on setting boundaries because, I mean, struggles. Today's video is actually inspired by an Elizabeth April video I watched. So if you basically want to see an hour-long version of this video, click the link down below. I love her, I love Elizabeth April. So the video I decided to make is how to find your purpose. What are you here to do? In the video, everything she said was things that I already knew, but you know when you hear something that you always knew but you just didn't really fully admit to knowing? It was kind of like that. So I had to share this knowledge in the way that it clicked for me. The main thing that it all comes down to in terms of finding your life purpose is knowing this exact thing. Your greatest strength is also your greatest challenge and your greatest struggle. What patterns frequently and continuously come up in your life? What never fails to challenge you? That is it. That is what you are here for. So many of us think somehow our purpose has to be tied to our career. From a very young age in school, we're taught that your function in society, your career, your job, your means of making money is what makes you important. It's what defines you. But it doesn't have to be. It's a social construct. The idea that your career, your means to make money and provide for your family. My cat just knocked some stuff over. Providing for your family. Why does that have to be? No, you can't adjust the camera. You're not here to be a singer or to be an artist or to be a spiritual practitioner or a teacher or any of that crap. You're not here to be a career. Any career that you want, you can have, especially if it's in alignment with your life's purpose. You want it because you know that that's a way to authentically express yourself. We need every kind of career out there. We need the fisherman, we need the farmer, we need the garbage man, we need the plumber, we need it all. Your job could just be a ways of making money, and you live that career, that 3D career, consciously, and you live out your purpose in other aspects of your life. Believe it or not, you don't have to try to live your life's purpose. You may even be saying, well, Dani, I'm not living my purpose. The same karmic lesson is happening to me over and over and over again, and I'm not changing. I don't know what to do. That's a part of the process. There is no person where a karmic lesson came once and they figured it out the first time. You don't need to put so much pressure on yourself. You are in an integral part of this process. And the fact that you're even aware that that is your karma shows that you're approaching the next step. All you have to do is start looking at it differently. All right, this problem's reoccurring. How could I change the way I react to this situation? How could I change the way that I interact with this situation to change my life circumstances so that this kind of issue doesn't have the same power over me as it does in my life today? Some examples. These may or may not be stolen from Elizabeth's video. Maybe in your life, you've dealt with a lot of death, a lot of grieving, a lot of pain and sorrow in that. And your purpose has to do with learning how to process that grief. And possibly it could be teaching others how to process that grief as well. I know my purpose has to do with learning to love myself and empower myself and speak my mind, speak my truth, learning the balance between giving and receiving. So I am offering the wisdom that I have to others because I have the gift of being able to articulate pretty well, if I do say so myself. And I have this gift for a reason. This doesn't mean I have to use this gift in my career. This doesn't mean I have to apply it in a certain way, but I have this gift so I can share the knowledge that I do have. Any gift you have for a reason. They're tools given to you by God or source or whatever you believe in, or just by your beautiful, amazing human body. So take advantage of what you have. So, what has been your greatest struggle in your life? What moments of friction, what problems continue to resurface? In my mind, no matter what you are doing, you are living out your purpose. The karmic cycles will keep finding you until you decide to react differently. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself for not reacting the right way. It's not going to serve you. All it's going to do is get you caught up in that, what am I supposed to do? Why am I here? There is no one destination where all of your problems are solved. It's not like you squash the problem and everything's done. No, you squash the problem and then life is going to come up with new things for you to face and new things for you to learn from. That's the way this ish works, right? You need to realize that finding your life's purpose isn't going to answer all of your questions. It's about, now that I know what my purpose is, where do I go from here? That's really the question you're asking yourself. So, you know what struggles you face. What do I do next? There's no right answer because life isn't meant to be one exact path for you to go down. So really, how to trust that you'll make the right decision is coming into alignment with yourself. And when you have to make a decision, learning the difference between making a decision from a place of love versus from a place of fear. If you know what your life's purpose is, you know the struggle, right? You know the karmic lesson you're facing. Why do you make the same decision over and over again? It's because you're scared. For example, when I struggle to set boundaries, when someone's influencing me in a certain direction and I feel bad saying no because I don't want to cause an issue because that's my conditioning, I am listening to my fear. I could lie to myself and tell myself it's love because I'm doing what's best for the other person because I care about them. But I'm being inauthentic. I'm not following my heart, my truth, even if I want to believe that I am. I'll use the excuse, oh, it makes me a bad person to do what I want. But those are the thoughts that my brain has created in order to keep me within this box that I've been in since I was a kid. And that's the role I'm comfortable with. I'm continuing that karmic cycle. I'm choosing to allow it to continue to rule my life because I chose fear. So when you come into alignment with your truth, and when you start acting out of here from a place of love instead of here in the head, fear, analyzing, logic, that is when you're living your purpose because you're living your truth. I have an exercise that can help you, possibly, maybe. Put your hands over your heart and seriously ask yourself, why am I here? And maybe you'll have to take a second in just silence. Don't be searching for the answer. Just ask and you shall receive. Maybe it won't even be in that meditation, but if you ask the question, show me why I'm here, help me see what I'm meant to do, show me a sign. At a certain point, that sign will come, but you have to be paying attention. You don't have to try to live out your purpose. In fact, the main thing you have to do is let go. Let go of the pressure you're putting on yourself. Let go of the expectations you have in your head. Observe them, see what they're saying, and choose to act from here anyway. The more you get used to acting from here instead of here, the easier it gets. I hope you liked this video. Leave a comment down below. Check out Elizabeth April. We love her so much. That's it. Wow. I don't think I've ever made a video so short.